What's up, y'all? I just want to come on here and do a quick reading. I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to be dealing with nothing that got anything to do with social media, motherfuckers trolling, and some more stupid ass shit that I ain't never got the time for. However, I'm going to share with y'all this candle that I did. Ain't that cute? Auntie Asada, she said, I'm good. I thought this was so funny because she had me cut her out and put her with Uncle Prince and Uncle Roger. It's like she just came from, look at Uncle Prince. She came from nowhere, like she descended from heaven or ascended back to heaven, is just right among her people. She good, she good. It's the cutest thing. Like for me to see this is so therapeutic for me. When I was actually selling these and doing good selling them, that was one of the reasons for them. So there could be a sense of therapy for people. You'd be surprised. They're aesthetically pleasing as hell when you're having a rough day or going through some shit. Trials and tribulations. Trials and tribulations, honey. That's what this is about. The shadow. I want to just get on here and touch upon some shit. I pulled out Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle. And some people are just unapologetic. Patriarchal energies are unapologetic with whatever decisions they made, whether it's your ancestors or whether it's somebody that's in your life that you consider influential, or they may consider themselves influential in your life. But they are not, honey, apologizing for whatever they've been doing, whatever they did, whatever they gonna do. I'm just trying to tell you whether, people doing what they have to do because this shit is falling apart so that something new can come into being, so that something new can be ushered in. Yeah, total disruption. Total disruption. I'm trying to tell you. On the 13th, too. Total disruption. Some of y'all lives got disrupted from this shit. I don't know what this is. I really don't. Only martyr that I know of is Jesus Christ. The man that was known as Jesus, or you could say Esau, Yahshua, whatever y'all want to say. He was one of the only people that I really saw as a martyr. But they're just really, that's why I marked it out. Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand the martyr thing, the sacrificing people and all of this shit. And some patriarchal energies may have gotten with that kind of shit and don't give a fuck. Me, I don't understand it. I don't know if it was never really a part of my life, lifetime after lifetime. However, when it comes to, when people talk about, they was a sacrifice and they sacrificed this person, I don't have a clue of what the fuck they're talking about, honestly. And I consider myself a pretty spiritual person. However, that shit, it doesn't compute. It's like with some shit, when it's I guess when it's a curse to me, or when it's kind of toxic, or it's not God based to me. It's just something that happened, and people could be mad at God and come up with some shit like sacrificing his creation in order to get something because God ain't listening to them. God ain't coming when they need him to come. He should have came up with something better than just himself creating this kind of thought processes. I don't really get caught up in that. I kind of just, I don't even delve into it. Like, I can't fathom that kind of mind. So that's neither here nor there. Think whatever the fuck you want to. As long as you don't bring your ass over here thinking you sacrificing me, because God will be to see your ass. About thinking you sacrificing me, because I'm here, motherfucker. So, yeah, I'm unapologetic with that shit. Whoever. The fuck? Let's see what the shadow, the first thing that fell was trials and tribulations. What's that on the 18? Some people just bitter as fuck. Now, I don't really like bitter motherfuckers. Honestly, I don't. The shadow, trials and tribulations. Watch your back, caution, danger up ahead. This is a time of illusions. If they tell you the sky is blue, check. Dishonesty, deception, and uncertainty are in the air. Trust your intuition. Your inner voice is screaming to get your attention. There is more to the situation than meets the eye. You are in for a roller coaster ride. Emotional distress is no joke. The dark night of the soul is upon you. Your subconscious fears and limiting beliefs are showing out. Be aware of how you project fears in relationships, conversations, and negotiations. The things you stuff down in your subconscious are refusing to be suppressed anymore. You must deal with your shadow selves. Dive headfirst into creative pursuits. That's why this came up. Creature of water. Any of y'all water signs or fire signs dealing with some weird ass energy. I don't know. The best thing I can tell you is to channel it into some type of creative expression. That's all I do all day. Because my subconscious, I did a lot of work. And it really depends on what you've been through, what you ran from, what you didn't want to face, pain, that kind of shit that happened to you. And some people I tell people the biggest gangster is the person that can look at their shadows and get to work on them. Not so much the person holding a gun, not so much the person that even got hands that can work, fighting physically. It's the person that's able to go within and deal with whatever dark shadows that you have, accumulated through whatever it is that you've been through. Lifetime after lifetime, honey. Past life regressions alone gonna take a lot of people to fuck out. People going into all type of dementia and shit. Early age. Not that old. Going into all kind of dementia because the past life regressions is very real. That's one thing that I really love to do when I used to do Reiki in person with people is find out, your soul speaks to Reiki. If a person is doing Reiki right and they certified in it, a person's soul will tell you what's going on in whatever chakra you're dealing with during a session. So some people's souls would speak in some of their past lives. They will regress in this life. That's why they call it past life regressions, because you will regress. And you don't know why you can't evolve. You don't know why you stuck. It doesn't matter if a person is 100 years old. You can have a motherfucker that think he one of the wisest motherfuckers on the planet and forgot all about his mommy and daddy issues from a past life. I'm talking a long ass time ago. Just kept throwing it to the back. I'll take care of it. I'll work on it. I'll deal with it. I have yet to deal with it. And honey, that shit coming up on people. And they making real crazy decisions. That's why they said, watch your back. Caution. Danger up ahead. This is a time of illusions. If they tell you the sky is blue, you better check it out. And what's so crazy, my father said about me that I was the type of child that he could tell me, Mimi, do not go outside, or Mimi, it's snowing outside. Put some boots on. He said I was the type of child that would look out the window, see the snow, say, fuck that shit, go outside with bare feet, put my feet in the snow to make sure it's snow, and then come back in and put my boots on and head out, okay? So be careful. That's the type of shit you're going to have to do, because motherfuckers is lying and some whole bunch of other shit full of illusions. Everybody going through their personal jihad, if you will, which is your internal warfare. Everybody got their own personal motherfucking jihad to work out. I want to give a fuck if they world renowned. It does not matter. Pee boo boo. If you can't control the shit that come out your ass, and when it's time for you to pee, you didn't know it was going to be time for you to pee. I mean, yeah, if you drink a lot of fluids, even still, you know what I'm saying? You're going to say, I'm going to have to pee. But you don't know when that shit going to hit. You understand me? That's human shit. Motherfuckers be real human. But they get into this weird shit like they God Almighty or some shit. And they ain't. They ain't. This is what this remind me of. This is a dangerous person right here. To me. Unapologetic. At this time. This is the difference between a patriarchal energy being unapologetic because they had to do what they had to do for their family and they don't give a fuck what nobody think about it. I'm all with that shit. Oh, I'm all with that shit. But this is somebody who exceeds limits and takes it too far. You know, and might even say, I was just playing kind of motherfucker. So just be careful out here with taking on leadership and listening to people and taking what they saying, you know, as the gospel truth, and you really about to do whatever it is they saying. Hold off on that shit. Pray about it. Ask a few more questions before you just dive in the shit. Cause it's just not like that right now. This shit is fucked up and it's really disruptive. It's a total disruption. It really is. People trying to hold on. That's why I was telling people to practice being unattached to money for like 3 days. Just try it. I had to do it. It took me 3 years. You know what I'm saying? It just ends up biting back because of swindlers, motherfuckers stealing my money, stealing my LLC, squandering everything that I worked for. You know what I'm saying? Taking my son, just a whole bunch of bullshit tied to that motherfucking twin flame journey shit. Okay? So I just, you know, just to not even get the minimum or the minimal of shit that I'm required to have as far as I see it, but what I do, it's a bit much. It really is. Oh, I wanted to tell y'all the twin flame journey is it's real. I'm gonna skip around a little bit and then we're gonna go ahead and pop. I combined the Santee Muerte deck and the African American deck. I alchemized them, put them together. I mean, Hispanics and niggas clearly been doing business this lifetime and for a long time. And it's a lot of shit going on between blacks and Hispanics right here, right now in this dispensation of time. Some good, some foul as fuck. So we gonna see, you know, what come up out of this. But anyway, it don't matter. Every race is included because every race is in black people. Shit. It's just that I put those two decks together because I was guided to. I was going to do it a long time ago, but to me it wasn't time. But I did it, so whatever. I found out that the twin flame that I was talking about on here was actually a twin flame for real. Like, the shit that was revealed to me is just like, what, for real? Like, yeah. Oh, and be careful as a tarot reader or a channeler or anybody that's getting off into spirituality. I don't understand why they don't look at people in church that speak in tongues without an interpreter and do all kind of stuff, fall out, faint. I ain't knocking it. All I'm saying is they're going real hard on calling people schizophrenics that communicate with the unseen reality, okay? So they're going to be coming after you, tarot readers, spiritualists, you know, it's old shit to me. It's just more cynical and more subtle how they're doing it now. And they will get your ass, okay? Right here in this country. Because this motherfucker is in everybody's hands. Because it damn sure ain't in Allah's hands. Allah is allowing it to fall the fuck apart so that he can continue to have control. However, he don't have no problem relinquishing control when he really ain't the author of the confusion that's going on out here right now in the first goddamn place. You understand? It's the difference between him creating you and you creating your own confusion, okay? However, with this twin flame thing, I showed y'all a little diagram that I had drawn out. It's real, like, it's in my mind. Allah took me through the astral travel with man being created when I'm talking about skeletal systems, all that shit. Like, it's in me. So I can hear somebody and say, oh, this is, you like this, you like that. Because one thing I know for certain, and two things I know for sure, is when you're a spiritual person and you're kind of called to be a messenger or guidance to people or for people so they don't fall in ditches and shit, you attract what you go through. You know, some people say face on here. They'll say something is for entertainment purposes only. Some people may not even pick up on the fact that that's what's happening. However, how it usually happens is you go through something and then the collective or the tribe that you're connected to that's going to be attracted to you, they're going to be going through the same thing. So it's kind of just like you just an open book for those that are going through similar things, or I tend to attract people who are in shit that's kind of mystical, unique. Yeah, something told me that. Like, what is this? Why am I over here? People that lost their twin. People that lost their twin. I don't attract a whole bunch of people that got their twin. I attract people that lost their twin and people that are building up with somebody because the twin situation just didn't work out. It's always something real messy that I gotta detangle and uncover because my whole situation is the same motherfucking way. I stay having to detangle and uncover all kind of shit about myself. Where did all this even come from? Why is this happening to me? Why am I here? Why am I going over there? Why I keep coming over in this area? Why am I talking to this person? Why am I working here? Why am I doing that? Constantly. So when I meet people, I'm not surprised that I help them to discover who they are on a it could be surface level or deep. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. However, I did discover that my twin was my twin. It's just that in my situation, I was extracted from a mystic, if you will. Some of you may have been as well. It's like a third party situation. I really don't want to go into it. However, fuck it. I'm an open book out here nowadays. You came from either like a celestial being or somebody that's real mystical, okay? Which would make you as a woman real spiritual. And you could be like, people think I'm a God fanatic. Like, I can't get away from it. I'm just a spiritual person. I just love it kind of situation. More than likely, you could have this type of archetypal story where you're extracted out of someone that isn't really a person. They're a human. Don't get me wrong, but it's different. It's like a superhuman. You know what I'm saying? They're not the one to sit and raise kids with. Okay. So I came out of somebody, extracted out of someone that was a mystic. He even calls himself to this day a Sufi, which everything that he is makes it easier for me to detangle my particular past lives, because actually the person that I was extracted out of, the man that I was extracted out of, is really aligned. His life, like, he is really like, he know what he doing. Let's just say that he always where he's supposed to be. He's always doing what he's supposed to be doing. That's just how God created him. And God decided to extract us out of some of those type of energies. They're not regular. They are not. Some celestial, some guardian, some messenger, some are mystics, whatever, they just highly spiritual beings, okay? Not your average man out here pumping gas at the pump. No. If people were to gauge and say, about, let's just use my twin. How is so and so? They were like, this dude's like off the hook kind of shit. Like, he does shit that's just like nobody's doing kind of shit, but it's real spiritual in nature. So you come from some of y'all come from those type of people, and then God needed you to be highly spiritual so that you could aid the one that you were going to be with, living as a man and a woman, a husband and a wife situation. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you were extracted out of one. This is my story. Some of y'all may resonate with it because you're trying to figure out who is this man? Who is this man? You can have a baby by one and then the other one just won't go away kind of situation. Some of y'all may have been extracted out of a very highly spiritual being, Okay? Special assignment, special op kind of shit. God needed that ingredient in order for you to have certain characteristics and qualities to help who your twin actually was going to be. And those two men came out of the soul essence of one man. Okay, so let's say, like I shared with y'all before, in the Bible it talks about the seed of David, the seed of Jesse, the seed of whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's a particular soul, a particular seed that other seeds come out of. You understand? So y'all just had two beings that came out of the same seed. So since, let's say for instance, my twin, or you could say both of them kind of shit, came out of the seed of Willie. So one came out of the seed of Willie, was a celestial being. I'm talking not cut for daddy shit, not cut for none of that shit. None of it. Do you understand? What makes it tricky is that you'll end up being still compatible with who you were extracted out of. No different than the compatibility or the lack of compatibility of the other twin that may have gone underdeveloped because you weren't around, you weren't with this person. You know what I'm saying? Y'all meeting them this lifetime. Y'all may be remembering when y'all met them other lifetimes. You understand? I know my story is long, and oh my God, the astral traveling I had to do to uncover the mysteries of my fucking life was crazy, bro. And it's getting crazier. It just keeps unraveling until you get to the root. Now I'm at the root of who is this guy? Oh, I was extracted out of this guy. Oh, this a lot of what I'm learning is a lot of Arabs were extracted or came from what you would say black men. A lot of Arabs. Their soul was derived from a black man. Okay, and they do tend to call some Arabs saying niggas. That's like a real disrespectful thing, but they do say that. Oh, what I'm saying niggas? Like, why are you calling them that? I never understood that when I would hear it, but now I'm like, well, a lot of them do come from, and people be knowing the history, or the history be etched in their DNA or they soul, and they just be saying shit that sound cliche. However, that shit was known at a certain time that was the deal. You understand? It's just that we've evolved away from the foundations of the earth. So let's just say that. So if you trap between two men, you may need to look into it. They may come from the same soul father. And you were extracted out of one. If one is really highly spiritual and you're like, oh my God, I can sit and talk to them all night about it, just know it was a time there where they weren't even doing that shit. Like, because they were made a special kind of way for a special kind of purpose. Let's just say I had an astral travel where the archangel that was assigned to me seen my twin when me and him actually made union. The one I was extracted out of, we made union. We didn't marry. We stayed together for like 50 or 60 years. And I think it was like the last lifetime I was here, like real talk. He was like, oh, he's one of them. I literally went on the astral travel and heard him say this, like, oh, he one of them down by the river motherfuckers. What's so crazy is that when I was corresponding with the twin that I was extracted out of, he said on one of the inboxes, meet me at the or I'll meet you down at the river or some shit like that. I was like, what? However, he real spiritual, like real, like for real. But he in tune, he is aligned, he in step. He didn't help me because of his obedience to his own soul, for real, his own journey. It just makes shit real easy for me to kind of be like, oh, that's that. Oh, that's why that is that. That's the benefit of having a twin that you was extracted out of that's highly spiritual. When they doing the right thing, everything will make fucking sense. Now, this one over here, this man twin, that some of y'all may be dealing with. This is real specific. This archetypal like a motherfucker. I'm going here, y'all, because I wasn't going here, but I'm going to dig in. They be having a whole lot going on. They be having a whole lot going on. And a lot of times you don't want to deal with that person because that person lives life like you would never. However, if you came from a highly spiritual being, that's the reason. You had to be like that. That's why God made you like that, because Allah knew that that particular man was, he's a foundation. When you got a foundational man, they don't go to hell. No. When you got a foundational man, just certain shit skips them, passes them by, because God needs them. They're important. They're important to the grand scheme of life because of the time they were created, what they bring to the earth. I had posted something on here where Osho was talking about, when somebody dies, that essence, whatever they brought to the earth is gone. It's no more. You know what I'm saying? You need to look at how important people are while they're here. That's why they say give people their flowers while they're here, because people be bringing a certain element, a certain essence to the earth. And once they leave off of this earth, you be like, damn, this shit feel like my mom. When my mom left, I was like, you really start realizing how important people are to the grand scheme of life. A motherfucker may say, damn, her mom and dad, what make her mama so important? You know what I'm saying? However, you as the person, fuck who outside of you. You as the person feel like, damn, this shit fucked up. If my mother was alive, this area wouldn't be looking like this. She was a prayer warrior. She prayed. And her prayers availeth much. You understand what I'm saying? It's like when she died, it was so much shit that I was just looking at like, ugh, like if my mother was here, this shit would not be going on. And them people don't know my mother. However, she got her ass up every motherfucking day before 6 o'clock in the morning. And she was on her knees at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, a.m. every single day, bro. People ain't doing that. They don't give a fuck. Okay? And it shows. Okay? So, you, this man twin y'all got over here, this not this highly spiritual twin that y'all was extracted from, but y'all was made for this man. Not saying that it couldn't work with this man. It's just that this man wasn't always like that. Like, I mean, when I say real different, may have just gotten into wanting a baby. Okay? Just a spiritual person. Something like an archangel, but not really. Celestial, can wear many hats spiritually. Wherever God needs them to go, they go. It's kind of like when you was extracted from this person, God was like, I need you for this. And it was like, you need what? God was like, I need your bone to make this woman. Okay, here you go. And after God took the bone to make you, that person took flight. Wasn't so like this twin would be waiting to see who they woman gonna be, what they gotta do, how they gonna take care of her, what her attitude, what her body look like, what her titties about. I mean, the first time, it's the first time for everything. You gotta go there. So this particular person, if you didn't make union with them and held on to them lifetime after lifetime, where y'all built a life together, it's because the way they did life, you was not on that. And they were real masculine, where they didn't want to hear what a woman had to say. A woman is to be seen and not heard kind of situation. And some of y'all got to fuck away from that person. Y'all had that leverage, where a lot of women don't have that kind of leverage. They got to stick with whoever it is they was extracted out of. When you come from a 3-party situation, meaning you was extracted out of a highly spiritual being to get that essence, that what you need from that person to be able to help this person meet what God expects of them, even though they're foundational, that don't mean they won't get their ass whooped where karma is concerned, because they know they got that kind of weight. So they be real promiscuous. They sleep around. They reckless as hell. It's a bunch of shit that come with a man that was created during a certain part of creation. Prayerfully, this is making sense for some of y'all, and some of y'all saying, yeah, good. I don't give a damn if 3 people get it. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that the 3 people get it. I don't care if it's just 3 people. Just 3 people get it. Because you be like, what the fuck? Especially if you stuck between two, you fuck around and meet them the same lifetime this time. It's because I'm trying to tell you, trials and tribulations, total disruption, shit going on. Shit going on. They gotta be, dealt with for real. It's too much shit going on. And you can't run from it no more. You gotta face it head on. So my particular situation, I met who would be my twin for the regular life, the human side, who I would have been with lifetime after lifetime. He didn't know that I was his twin. He was like, stop calling me that. Like, he knew we had a connection. However, he was obsessed with my son. My son said he was his father 8 lifetimes. This was the first time that I ever had a child. My children are my children, but I wasn't willing to give birth to no children without no damn man. And the only man that I thought I knew was the one that I was extracted out of that was highly spiritual. But like my archangel said, he was the meet me by the river type motherfucker. So I mean, that's Peter Pan. That's neither here nor there. Like, I'm not about to bring my children and then this is the option. You know what I'm saying? This man that keep taking my kids, what is his obsession? I don't like the way he do life. I don't like, what is he don't listen to nothing I say. Like, he got to be able to, honey, now you gotta deal with these motherfuckers to see what is what. I'm trying to tell you, may even have to go that direction and be with that person because it's something that has to be resolved. If not, your life will keep going through total fucking disruption and you don't know what the fuck is going on. Try to solidify something with somebody else, you can't. Try to get in a relationship with somebody else, you can't. That's why I think it's so fucked up that people be knowing that people are supposed to be with this person, but it doesn't stop them from trying to get that person in bed, trying to marry that person. Like, damn well he's supposed to be with her. Or damn well she's supposed to be with him, motherfucker. A blind man can see that shit. Now, why the fuck is you doing what you doing? Why don't you get your ass out of here? We don't need no more trouble. Kind of shit. Anyway, this particular man, when he came into my life, when I tell you, all hell broke loose. And I've been living a nightmare ever since. Now, mind you, lifetime after lifetime, I lived a good life because I really was learning. I was really learning. I usually came through a guardian. I didn't come through my mother most of the time. A lot of times I did come through my mother, but shit was going on with my sibling. One of my siblings was just off the hook. And I just decided I'm not coming back to this family. I'll just keep coming back through the guardian because I got to figure out how to live any goddamn way. So that's what I did. And then I came this lifetime because my money was getting funny. And I was trying to figure out what is going on. And then one of my soul children ended up getting pulled on to come down here through another woman's womb. It had been happening with my son, but it wasn't happening with my daughter. And then when I figured out my daughter getting pulled by this same dude, who the fuck is this dude? Now I come to find out he technically is like the surrogate father or some crazy ass shit like that. Because technically I was extracted out of an Arab. The Arab is a highly spiritual being from the foundations of the earth. He is a sight to behold. Let's just put it like that. So those soul children are with me. However, if this person is supposed to be the recipient of me, God just needed the ingredients from this particular man so that I was a more highly spiritual being, because this man was not. He was more, let's just say, the twin that I met this lifetime before I met the original twin that I was extracted out of for a particular purpose. It's like not having it's like not having garlic powder when you know damn well garlic powder is what you need for this particular recipe. Without the garlic powder, it's gonna be shitty as fuck, okay? And it's gonna be pointless. We can eat it, but it's not really gonna be all. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, that's what that is. Being extracted from this one over here. The more spiritual being. They're not regular kind of shit. This motherfucker regular. But when I say regular, they could be like, I'm just trying to think of something. First thing came to my mind was sun and then grass. So let's just say This particular twin was around when Allah created grass. And they know how grass works. They were there helping him with the blades of grass. Kind of shit. That important to the grand scheme of things. It may sound like it ain't important, but motherfucker, a whole bunch of places without no grass look like a barren land, if you would have asked me. It could be they helped with sun rays. Any damn thing you could think of. Men have a way deeper and crazier assignment than women. We were created later. God said that he saw that it wasn't good for them to be alone, to be doing this. He needed to create. They got a whole lot of secrets and shit that we don't know nothing about. Allah just be letting me know certain stuff for my own, because I ask and I inquire, and then for my own personal reasons needing to know too. You know what I'm saying? Not just curiosity. So it's kind of like that. This particular person is real earthy, earthbound, handle business, real like this, not mutable. You know, need to work on their feminine energy, not really like a man kind of shit. Like the motherfuckers that's the standard of what a man is. If you were to put heterosexuality in the fucking dictionary. And it doesn't matter what these men got into down low, whatever the fuck. Throw that shit to the sea of forgetfulness. And just deal with who God created straight up and down like this. Those type of men have a hard time. That's why they need a highly spiritual woman. And some people would say, man, that ain't your type. That ain't. But them motherfuckers don't know what they talking about. You can't be listening to these motherfuckers. What did it just say in this book? What did it just told you? You cannot listen to every damn body. Because people are going through their own personal jihad. Some shit they cannot help you with. Okay? And they weren't called to help you with it. Some people was just called to be a shoulder to cry on and a person to listen. Not so much give feedback on it, okay? So some of y'all in those type of situations, and more than likely you'll end up with the twin that God made you for, okay? It's just that lifetime after lifetime, they were not feeling you. You was not feeling them. They was not getting you. They was talking about God made a mistake. That woman is not for me. And you was saying he must have did something because, honey, I ain't never about to be living like this. Ain't no man about to be doing me any kind of way. Kind of even a trailblazer for women who didn't have a choice. Their twin was it. They had to go through hell and back. Whatever that man didn't know, he just didn't know it. Whatever wisdoms he had to get on his own. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why I said these kind of energies are dangerous, because they low-key are like trickster energies, because they're unapologetic because of when they were created. They real old souls. So they don't give a fuck. You know, and they'll fuck around and click out because they haven't dealt with some damn issues with their mommies and daddies, their original parents, who would be way older than them. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be careful with who you be calling leader and who you be talking about. You about to go follow them and they said do this and do that. Hold up a minute. Can't you just take the gems that they give you, put it in your pocket? You should sing this song when I was in Catholic school. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Never let it fade away. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day. Okay. Don't just be still talking about you just going to be following after somebody. They got words of wisdom. You take that gem, put it in more words of wisdom. Take that gem, put it in Now, don't mean go... Oh, leader, follow. I'm going to follow you. Listen. They gave you what you needed. Use it and get up out of there. It says you must deal with your shadow selves. Dive headfirst into creative pursuits. So it's telling you, and I told y'all, it backed it up with this. I preferably that help somebody that's going through some shit with it seem like a third party situation. Like, am I supposed to have two husbands? Like, no. Just one. Creature of water. Some of y'all air signs. Some of y'all fire signs. So this is for ancestral memory. The shadow shows up as Yoruba trickster. I told you, a Yoruba trickster god, Ishu. within the moon with two faces to represent his ability to communicate between realms. He is the Orisha or deity of marginal worlds, a protective messenger between the earth and the divine. That will be this type of person. Okay? They got their own assignment. You understand? Which makes them a tricky person. It says the shadow shows up as a Yoruba trickster god, Ishu, within the moon with two faces to represent his ability to communicate between realms. He is the Orisha or deity of marginal worlds, a protective messenger between the earth and the divine. You see what I'm saying? You got a duty to fulfill, and it ain't got nothing to do with you. So you get your feelings hurt and get real fucked up following some people because they know what they here for. You trying to figure it out. So you don't want to go fucking around. Do you understand? Because they'll tell you the motherfucking Dr. Sabi was one of them motherfuckers. Dr. Sabi had everybody not eating broccoli, bitch. And I said, Dr. Sabi, when the fuck? I asked him in the ethereal realm, when the fuck was broccoli bad for you? He said, well, when the woman passed gas with it, ain't no man gonna want her. So I just told him to stop eating broccoli because I want these women to get them a man. Kind of answer. Like, what? You got these people really looking into it, talking about... You hear me? Ancestral medicine. The funny thing about that shadow is that it always pops up. Have you done any shadow work? The funny thing about that shadow is that it always pops up. Have you done any shadow work? This card, the shadow, tarot corresponds with the moon. Declaration. I am willing to feel and release my fears and doubts. Because it's all it's about. It already happened. You just got to go through that and deal. That's what I created my Kansas system for people to be able to deal, because when I used to do shadow work, it's painful. You'd be surprised with mental anguish is not a joke at all. Jumbie, total disruption. Some of y'all worlds look like this, just chaotic as fuck. Can't come together like you on a mudslide. You can't find your footing. I'm trying to tell you, just wait day to day. You say, like the Bible say, don't, wait for tomorrow to wonder what you gonna eat and drink. Don't even worry about it, sweetheart. Kind of shit. Tears will be shed. Are you ready to accept change? Because ready or not, here it comes. You are living the Zen proverb, let go or be dragged. What are you struggling to hold on to? Ding dong, that old situation is dead. Shift happens. This is radical change happening with you and around you. Allow yourself to cleanse the energy of the past and forge ahead. A new beginning starts now. Ancestral memory. Jumbies are otherworldly shadow spirits and monsters in the Caribbean. Some of y'all got Caribbean roots. This bud's for you. In Caribbean carnivals, the Moko Jumbie towers high on stilts as a god who sees right and wrong doers. People fear the Jumbie as a messenger of death. However, the Jumbie is most potent as a messenger of life. Jumbie reminds us to embrace the changes of life. Jumbie is as much about beginnings as endings. Ancestral medicine, fear of change and fear of death are two huge fears of those who walked before. Your ancestors are calling on you to release fear and rise as yourself with all the lessons from the past in your heart. Declarations. This card is corresponding with the tarot card of death. I am completely open to the sacred magic of change. That's a good one. I am completely open to the sacred magic of change. Let me write that down, y'all. Some of y'all are experiencing dry spells or just chaos or just all kind of shit because y'all gave up on y'all twin and they still around and you gotta rectify it. You gotta get to it. If they ain't going nowhere, you still feel their energy. People still giving you tarot readings about them. You don't understand. You met this person. This person feels like you're a twin too. You could be one of those persons that came from a highly spiritual being that you don't even see like that. You know, sometimes you just don't see people as they are because they are hiding it. That's why I said I'm grateful for the twin that I was extracted out of, because he's so in tune with himself. He doesn't wear a mask. You know what I'm saying? So because he's so himself and so spiritual, it's kind of like who he was. He never changed. So it's easy to read rather than somebody that's masking that they're not as highly spiritual as they are, and you're not even seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all may be dealing with that, and that's a part of being a mystic too. And they would be unapologetic as far as that's concerned, especially if they're trying to be regular after working for God in a certain capacity where it's guardianship or messengers or even having to serve as angels sometimes, protectors. I'm sorry, I had to get that down, and I ain't really sorry because you need to get that down. If you're a fixed sign, you really would have to work on it, because fixed signs just do not be trying to even understand. I'll be saying get some water in your house, some type of water fountain or something where you can hear water, put water up under your bed. It's kind of easy to go ahead and go with the flow when you're a mutable sign. It's just like, let's deal with the disrespect though. Let's deal with whatever needs to be dealt with. We need to talk about it, because how the fuck did we get here in the first motherfucking place? When you're dealing with a mutable sign, a fixed sign ain't never heard you, fuck you, I'm moving on, and then things will not go their way, and they still stay doing the same motherfucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Cardinal signs work kind of like fixed and mutable. You know, they kind of burn out too. They're impulsive and then fizzle out, and settle into something that's no good for them. It's like, okay, it's time for you to get up again. I'm like, do I really gotta get up? Because I'm just so exhausted from all this impulsive decision making. I just want to settle into this. Well, this is not where you're supposed to be. Get the fuck up. Kind of shit. Let's see. I'm going to read another one. Maybe the patriarch, unapologetic, they're sticking out with their pompous attitude. Some of y'all got some real doozies on the patriarch side. You know, the danger in being a teacher and unapologetic like that, because you could follow a man. Let's just say you got a pastor that's this. Look at this, what's on the bottom of this. This what the fuck they'll be, for real, for real. A trickster. Because you got patriotic, they will know that you be thinking you talking to God, and some of y'all be talking to your grandfather. You see that tricky motherfucking shit? For real, they'll know that. You're like, I'm just a pastor. You could just took some gems I gave you and got the fuck out of here. You ain't have to follow me nowhere. Kind of shit. You know, if somebody tell you to jump off a bridge, you gonna jump. Kind of motherfuckers. And you be like, for real? Like, well, you the one took the damn bait. Why ain't you listen to your father or your grandfather? Because they be in that same fucking energy. They just may not be a preacher or a teacher. You see what I'm saying? But you're somebody's child. Outside of whoever it is that you call yourself following, baby. Come on. You don't want to get that war in heaven going on. Because, honey, baby, it will be going on. What was that? I think he was on a 4. The patriarch, unapologetic. You will achieve what you have set out to do. The patriarch steps up to remind you that you are the leader of your own life. Things are more stable and secure than you think. Your fears are lying to you. You have the wisdom that the situation requires. This ancestor may also come forward when the authoritative energy around you is overpowering you. So if some of y'all want something to go a certain way and it ain't going that way because either God is in control of the situation and you ain't gonna be able to do that, or some of the patriarchal energies that's your ancestors, Sometimes it's those that are in the flesh and blood. They got weight too. And, some of it is your ancestors on the patriarchal side that's not allowing y'all to do certain stuff. It's just not allowing it to go through, and you're not understanding. I put in an application for this job. Why isn't it going through? Because you're not even going to be in that city. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to get a new car. I can't even get no fucking new car. Well, a new car is already going to be bought for you, and you're not going to have a car. No, sit still. You see what I'm saying? Some of y'all are making moves and you being blocked on everything you try to do. I just applied for this apartment. I can't even get this apartment. And some of y'all may talk to the unseen reality, keep offerings for your ancestors, or keep the lines of communication open with your ancestors. It doesn't matter, especially when they're patriarchal, bro. If you younger than them and you a male, they gonna know more than you and they gonna play their hand real crazy. If you a woman, forget about it. You don't know shit till you know. Ancestral memory. The patriarch shows up here as a Masa, Masai, elder chief. The patriarch is a calm, experienced, and ambitious leader with loving and supportive divine masculine energy. This paternal ancestor can be seen as assertive or aggressive, depending on the viewpoint. Act as if you are regal. Act as if this is the ancestral medicine they're giving you. You ready for it? You ready for the medicine? You ready? Open your mouth. Okay, here you go. Act as if you are regal. Act as if you are powerful. Act as if you are wise. This is a different frequency than fake it till you make it. You have no need to fake anything. I can't stand that shit either. This is great. You have no need to fake anything. Your arteries and bones remember the royalty in your DNA. That card corresponds with the Emperor energy in the tarot. The declaration here is, I owe no apology for walking in my power. I'm with that shit. You understand what I'm saying? However, imagine a whole bunch of them. And you going over here to follow this motherfucker because you acting like you ain't got no daddy or no granddaddy. You see how that can cause a war between gods kind of situation? I'm going to need you to break it on there. And remember where you came from, because some of y'all came from royal blood. It's true. Maybe even more royal, not to up one, however, maybe even more royal than the people that you calling your play father, your godfather. You want to piss off some ancestors? Talk that bullshit. When they say that's a chump, that chump ain't nothing. You be saying, that is my pastor. I don't give a damn if that's your pastor. That mean they know the kind of weight y'all hold in y'all family, and what they picking up off that pastor ain't got no weight for you to be doing all that you doing. You could be giving that money to somebody else, got it shit. In your family. Oh, so they trying to hate on them or nothing, but okay. I come to the realization that lying is a mental illness. Like habitually lying, or when you talking to somebody and you're talking about a certain subject and they actually have done it to you, but they haven't said anything, but they're talking to you as if they're not like that, but they did it to you. Like a motherfucker that steal your money and help you look for it. Kind of shit. That's a mental illness. It gotta be. I don't give a fuck. Like, what is your fucking problem? It could be they was just surrounded around people like that and took it on. It ain't even who they are. They just reenacting. You gotta be so careful with your humanity and your mind and everything that makes you you. You gotta be so fucking careful Like, you're sacred beyond words. You know what I'm saying? And it's because you're sacred to you. And you can even look at you're sacred to God. You don't want to really deal with that middle part. I'm sacred to me, and I'm sacred to God. You know you sacred to you because you is all you got. For real, for real. You with you, you can't get away from you. Even if you tried. You'll go crazy trying to get away from you, okay? God created you. So he going to look at you like I made her. I made him. He's going to think you're great. Regardless, because he's the artist of this piece of work. So it's safer to just be sacred to you and to God. Know that you're sacred to you and to God. The middle part, kids, husband, friends, pastor, grandmama, mama. Don't. That's going too far. That's going too far. You want to be safe. Play it safe. Just play it safe that way. That way, you can really prime yourself for not having any expectations of anyone. You know what I'm saying? And not needing validation from anyone. Because you realize that motherfuckers don't think as highly of you as you may think of yourself or as God may think of you. So it's just safe to keep it there. And that'll keep you with the self-esteem you need. You understand? The self-worth you need. The self-value. You don't need nobody to listen. Let me tell you something. You understand? And keep it there. The King of Cups energy. Y'all dealing with, some of y'all water signs watching this. Some people tired as a dog. Oh my goodness. Somebody will try to keep up with a third party situation and ended up bottoming out. They don't even know what's going on. It could be vice versa. I don't know what this would be. I don't know. This could be some of y'all divine femmes in the yellow. Let me tell you how many ways this could go based off of the archetypal dynamic I just gave y'all, or the twin flames, whether it's the third party situation. Somebody is getting laughed at because they try to keep up with somebody, and they may have tried to keep up with somebody spiritually, and they more of a physical person and just couldn't cut it. Or somebody spiritual may have tried to keep up with somebody physical, but I don't feel like that's it. I feel like somebody tried to keep up with people. Two people, could be ancestors. Let's just say this is the soul of Willie. And this is the soul of who is my twin. His name is Darvish. So Darvish and Willie. And then this would be the man that wasn't spiritual. He was just a foundational being. And he's important. Allah refers to them, to me, those men that were created during the foundations of the earth and have a special role, not newer souls, older souls. He refers to them as a special kind. He just said they're a special kind. That's what he says, okay? To me. So let's just say this is a special kind because he had something important to contribute to the earth he may have been around when water was being divided by land. You know what I mean? Like I said, grass. So help God with the blades of grass, rocks, who knows? However, he cannot keep up with these two. This spirit's tired as hell. So we got dealing with somebody laughing because he tried it. Like, man, damn well you a meat and potatoes person and not a Bible and Quran person. He like, yes, I am. I'm going to keep up. And honey, let me tell you something. Hey, wasn't able to do it. 7 of Pentacles, hard work, but it seems like no reward. I'm trying to tell you, exhausted as fuck. Some people are dealing with a water sign energy or a pentacle, earth sign energy. Earth sign or water sign. Written. It was written. Book is closed on it. It was written. Some of y'all ain't gonna have no choice but to go back to this person. A lot of bloodshed. 7 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands. A lot of mystery. A lot of stuff y'all don't know. Y'all don't understand. But it was a lot of death. A lot of sacrifices. That shit came up. Martyr, sacrifice, bullshit. Whatever this shit is. It was a lot of it going on. To get y'all to where y'all can be with this twin. Real crazy. I'm talking about bloodshed like a motherfucking war on the Gaza Strip, bitch. The Gaza Strip ain't got nothing on some of y'all stories on how much blood had to be shed in order for y'all to get y'all motherfucking life. Whatever y'all bring to the earth must be real important too. King of Swords energy. Some of y'all dealing with air sign energies. We got every element out here except for fire, but I picked up on fire and water earlier. So all 4 elements are in the building. They big grown. They done grown up. Putting their big boy pants on, big boy shoes. Some of y'all gonna have to put on y'all big girl underwear, y'all big girl panties. Y'all yet to put them on. Y'all thinking y'all ain't about to be with him. All this shit went on. These bitches attack me. My money's still funny. I ain't got my motherfucking business. This shit going on. Especially if y'all Leo. Lord have mercy. When I say fixed as hell, yes, just like I said, it is. 10 of Pentacles coming right up on the 7 of Pentacles. Somebody's trying to fix something. They ain't able to fix it because they were promiscuous. This person, it was like they attacked you because a lot of women was after them because they was good to them. Like they was good to everybody. It's kind of like you can count on that person to get them cash apps, get their hair done, make sure they got something to eat. They was the cash app man. I'm trying to tell you, I keep saying that because it's the truth. They treated all women good across the board. And when I say that was some dangerous ass shit to do, they did it. And baby, came out the villain any motherfucking way. This a lesson and you can't please everybody. People pleasing is the most toxic thing on the fucking planet. It really is. All you got to do is be honest and be truthful. Ain't nothing else to do. Tell the truth in love. Ain't nothing else to do. Some people want the book thrown at this person. They need to be in jail. Blah, blah, blah. They was sent on the road to, honey, who knows? Who knows with all this motherfucking bullshit? Women could have been trying to do all kind of love spells on them, backfiring when they get with another woman because this person was real promiscuous. Like had a lot of, hell no. Ancestors drew my attention down here. Take them to nice restaurants and shit. Where's damn lighting? All kind of shit, honey. Play a Mr. Lover around this bitch. When I tell you, the bitches was doing a whole lot of shit to get that feeling. Do you understand me? And he was giving it to everybody. And they was like, oh, no, the fuck he ain't. I'm going to have a baby with him. I'm going to get him to marry me. I'm going to get him. When I tell you. So every time this person ended up with a new babe, the new babe got fucked up because she didn't know it was bitches in the background that's been gunning for him. Whole Ten of Swords situation. For some of y'all. When I say try to kill some of y'all's asses, it kept happening. This person didn't know how to get out of it. They didn't. They did not. They ended up in some crazy ass situations. Being loose. Being promiscuous. Yes. Laying with anything. And then end up being the goddamn the villain at the end of the day. It could have been, like one of the dudes that's just a nice dude, just treat him good, whatever. And possibly could have drove him crazy too. Because they was doing a lot of witchcraft on him from what I'm picking up. And it was backfiring on whoever the new bitch was that popped up. They thought she was changing something. I'm trying to tell you. I'm getting real hot. Some of y'all dealing with men with Caribbean descent. Caribbean DNA, basically. Y'all dealing with some people from the Caribbean. I told you I blended these decks. Spanish, Caribbean, same fucking thing, honey. Some of y'all dealing with some Hispanics. It's hot as fucking here. That's why I said that. Oh, Lord, look at all this. I'm trying to tell you. A lot of people had to get the fuck out of here in order for y'all to make union with this person. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of people were sacrificed in order to make union with this person. And some people are unapologetic. Some of y'all patriarchal energies are unapologetic for having to do what they did to people. They do not care. Move the fuck out of the way. Where are you supposed to be? That is not your mate. That is not your husband. That is not your wife. This is some dangerous shit, y'all. On some real shit. I don't know what channels y'all listen to, but this motherfucker gonna give you some shit that's gonna be, it's gonna tell you what the fuck, bro. This is some dangerous shit. Cause you just silly. You just want to watch Netflix and chill. You just thought you just got you a date. And you would be a whole ass dead motherfucker for touching somebody that belongs to somebody else. And they family know it, ancestors know it, and they working to remove people. And you could be an innocent person. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's the power of knowing yourself and keeping up with yourself and where you're supposed to be. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of people died so that y'all could be with this person. I'm talking, honey, ain't nothing the government can do about it. Ain't nothing nobody can do about it. It is so fucking deep. For real. And we in a time of judgment, baby, when I tell you. If y'all in separation, y'all won't be for long. A lot had to go on. A lot. Like, to learn the lessons. If y'all, is this y'all first time building up with this person, y'all ain't never gonna be without this person. Both of y'all ain't gonna be without each other. If somebody try to break y'all up, they gonna fuck around and find out. I'm trying to tell you. Because there's so much trash connected to it. It's so much dirt. It's so much pain y'all endured lifetime after lifetime of not having a mate to call your own, you know, just dating whoever, just being with whoever was available kind of shit. But not being with y'all twin who needed y'all and y'all needed them. You see how he's pouring over into her? You see that? It's true. Some of y'all just had confusing situations like me where you didn't know. Like, what? I don't even know what's going on. And shit had to be worked out because people be forgetting. A lot of blanks man's your ass. Like, you got to really go to God. He want God, but he really wants you to come to him about all that you need to know concerning yourself because he's the only one that will know. You know, some people be forgetting. They could be old as hell. They ain't old as God. Do you understand what I'm saying? To know about yourself, ask your creator. And I ain't talking about your father. Justice has yet to be had. And until justice is had, total disruption gonna keep happening until y'all able to be together and live a normal life. Just a lot of mess. Some of y'all I heard was popular amongst the men folk. Like y'all may have 2 or 3 exes that's caught up in this bullshit that don't know how to get the fuck on. I'm trying to tell y'all, some of y'all may have had a child by a guardian and y'all twin is the original father of the soul. That's your twin soul child. But it's the guardian's blood child. If they owe child support, if they know they was being slick and some shit, because men know more. Always remember that, women. You understand? They know more. They was created first. Okay? They know shit. They just act like they don't. Because they like for you to make a fool of your fucking self. However, some people are playing hardball. They're just going to keep catching towers until they get the fuck out of here and understand this is what's going on. And you shouldn't have touched that person because why would you touch them? You understand? Even if some shit went up on top where they made an agreement with your soul child. It's shit that happened that got to be worked out. I'm feeling that for some of y'all. Somebody baby daddy is acting a whole ass fool. Like he created the seed called your child kind of shit. Acting like he God and got other children. But this particular child, he just acting like he just can't. Because somebody's attached to money. So this motherfucker gonna keep catching towers till he understands he don't run shit. Okay? Some of these motherfuckers weren't even paying child support. Now all of a sudden, they're the upstanding daddy. I'm trying to tell y'all. There's some of y'all patriarchal energies that's saying, yeah, he gonna have to go on the fuck head on because he gonna get fucked up too. Kind of shit. I'm just trying to tell you. Because some shit just don't went on for too long. It's like strife. And some shit is being hidden from y'all so y'all won't go into a cardiac arrest. Because this is how I'm feeling right now. Something tied up where children is concerned. It's always been a daddy's baby. Excuse me. It always been a mama's baby's daddy's maybe for some of y'all. Some of y'all got a star seed. And this father that didn't pay child support and wasn't about shit and got plenty other kids is trying to have this voice but no legs to stand on. So they're just going to keep catching towers until justice is served to you and your twin for real. A lot of treachery, a lot of trash, a lot of blood on the leaves, honey. And I tell you. Gonna have to give up the ghost. Full of shit, in it for the money, all the wrong reasons, terrible as fuck, don't even know what the fuck is going on, shouldn't have never touched you in the first place. A trapper I'm picking up. Somebody that retracted y'all. Somebody y'all may have been with early in life and then got back with him and had a baby. Or somebody y'all knew from y'all neighborhood or some shit like that, never was with them, then all of a sudden you with them and having a baby. Them motherfuckers. They gotta give it up. Cut off. Cut off probably from seeing the child. Y'all child. I'm trying to tell y'all just gotta pay the money. Cut the check. Cut the check. Bust it down. Turn your goofy down. Pow. You ought to have to pay up and shut up. For real. Pay up and shut up. And that's about it. There's been beef between y'all twin and some baby daddy. That's wolf tickets. He ain't got shit going on. You see how he's standing. He just got the outfit on. It's a mess. Some of y'all, not baby daddy, but some of y'all twins work for a hospital or some type of, somewhere doctors are at or something like that. Empress energies. Y'all wise. Some of y'all are really wise. Beautiful women. They don't even know why you single. Well, now you know, some of you. Some of y'all got a man, all they do is work. You hear me? They ain't got time for nothing else. All they do is work. People don't even know who this person is at work. Because all they do is work. You know, all they know is he come to work and go home, man. His business kind of shit. Any more messages for the good people? More work. More work. Some of them be prying in on y'all, seeing the work that y'all do, trying to see how they gonna help you to monopolize off of it, or make it a better brand or whatever it is y'all do. All this shit during the judgment. This is craziness. This is so crazy. Some of y'all got a sister that ain't about shit. Steal y'all work, steal y'all identities, doppelganger y'all, always acting surprised like they don't know what happened to y'all and they be the ones lighting the candle doing the spell work. And when you come telling them you cut your hand, you broke your foot, whatever. What, girl? Stelly be the one doing the spell work though, y'all, for y'all to get fucked up. I'm trying to tell you. And this some of y'all, this y'all blood sister, same mother, same father. Crazy as a motherfucker, honey. That shit motherfucking crazy. Queen of Cups in reverse. Some of y'all mother said it ain't my motherfucking daughter. Oh, wow. Some of y'all fathers too. Don't even claim them. They that terrible. Something wrong with them. For real. Like a fucking retard or something. And I ain't trying to be disrespectful to those that are disabled. Because disabled people be having all this sense. No, this a motherfucker that act like they regular. And they ain't. Okay? Strong in their retardation. Strong in the dumb shit. That spells gin. Somebody turned into a gin. Y'all was dealing with somebody. Some of y'all was dealing with a Capricorn. Straight Diablo energy. It came up in reverse. Like they didn't gave up their lifestyle. I don't know. But they damn sure made a statement for who they are. You see how these people are looking up to this person? So somebody said, y'all got a twin that do not play no kind of games, and people know them for not playing no kind of games. Other people, not so much. So they may have thought they could get over on them or some shit like that. Oh, no. Ain't shit shaking. Some of y'all Queen of Pentacles energies, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, are dealing with a Capricorn energy. Y'all gonna be taken care of. It's just right now, this shit is fucked up. Trials, tribulations, disruption, lies, bullshit, and some more shit. King of Pentacles. Some of y'all dealing with a Taurus or a Virgo man. Got that coin, baby. Anything else? I'm trying to tell y'all, just get ready to be, I guess, spoiled for some of y'all divine feminines. Yep. All right, y'all. Love and light.